Hello everyone, welcome you all to the English online class, and I am your English teacher Sindhu David. Today I will teach you from English grammar book lesson 9 verb 2. So let's get started. In today's lesson we will be learning about direct and indirect objects. All sentences have a subject and a verb. Some sentences may also have an object after the main verb. An object is a part of predicate in a sentence. It receives the action done by the subject. There are two types of objects, direct object and indirect object. A direct object is a noun or noun phrase or pronoun which receive the action of the verb directly. It answers the questions what, who, whom. For example, Tej bought a cricket bat. What did Tej buy? The answer of this what is cricket bat. Tej bought a cricket bat. In this sentence, cricket bat is a direct object. Let's see the another example. I met Rakhi at the mall. Whom did I meet? Answer is I met Rakhi at the mall. Rakhi is direct object in this sentence. Some verbs have two objects, where one is the direct object while the other one tells us for whom or what the action was done. This is the indirect object. So, an indirect object is a noun or noun phrase or pronoun to whom or for whom the action is done. It receives the action through the direct object and not directly. An indirect object answers the questions at whom, to whom, for whom, from whom. An indirect object often comes after a preposition. There can be no indirect object without a direct object. A sentence that has a direct object may or may not have an indirect object. See the example. Lalit gifted his sister a bicycle. The bicycle is gifted to whom? Answer is Lalit gifted his sister a bicycle. His sister is indirect object and bicycle is direct object. When verbs are followed by two objects, the first object, the indirect object, is usually person or a group of people, and the second object, which is the direct object, is usually a thing. Such sentences have this structure: subject, verb, indirect object, then direct object. For example, Prashant made his brother some soup. An indirect object may come before or after a direct object. When indirect object comes after to or for, some sentences have this structure: subject, verb, direct object, preposition, indirect object. For example, Prashant made some soup for his brother. However, if the direct object is a pronoun, then we have to put to or for before the indirect object. Prashant made his brother some soup. Prashant made it for his brother. Children, now we will learn about transitive and intransitive verbs. A verb that does not make sense on its own in a sentence and requires an object, it is called a transitive verb. We can say verbs that need a direct object to complete their action or to convey their meaning fully are called transitive verbs. For example, Sapna has many friends. In this sentence, Sapna is subject, has is transitive verb which needs a direct object to give the meaning to the sentence, and friends is direct object in this sentence. Sentences that have transitive verbs will sound incomplete if there is no direct object. A verb that indicates complete action by itself in a sentence does not require an object. It is called an intransitive verb. Adverbs and prepositions usually follow intransitive verbs. For example, my sister cries loudly. My sister is a subject, cries is intransitive verb, and loudly is adverb. You can see in this sentence the intransitive verb cries does not need any object. It indicates complete action by itself. A transitive verb is incomplete without a direct object, whereas an intransitive verb makes complete sense without a direct object. It means intransitive verbs do not need an object to convey their meaning. For example, Akash rained. In this sentence, Akash is subject while rain is intransitive verb. You can see this intransitive verb does not need any object to give the complete meaning to the sentence.